the E zone. That'll be back at base and unloaded and back out again soon. I was considering whether or not we wanted to put, since we have so many like damaged ornithopter parts and whatnot, basically put an ornithopter in a box inside the house that we have here.
You do that, yeah.
The once you hit I think rank 5, you can just buy T4 ornithopter parts.
Fine, I'm
They're pretty cheap.
A lot of the things and classic stuff that we've been doing, we've been giving like 3 or 4 wings and all that kind of stuff, so stuff like that way we end up bringing an assault in here and someone loses their scout or whatever it is. Someone dies here and they're stranded. Get back.
Beer número 2 Inc. Dos Inc.
Well, you cleaned up the main floor, right? Okay.
Hopefully it's heading for the other
Yep.
group of dudes.
Water's going just a little bit.
Yes.
Oh, another one just went off.
Stuff costing so much, stuff costing so much water. I think for a while now we're going to be doing a run that's out in the deep desert, gather a bunch of stuff, bring it back, craft, which will drain a bunch of water, and then queue up some bodies, and then go back out to the deep desert. By the time we get back again, there'll be, more water will be there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start seeing that more often.
Did you say that you used all the bodies?
Yes. Well, there's like half a container left after whatever Josh did last night.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he was doing, but...
Josh used them. Yeah, fair enough.
And then I built more storage space for water, so I just chunked through 8 bodies this morning, or 10 bodies this morning really fast.
Yeah. I guess.
I'll probably do reinvite in a second anyways, once we get through the zone. So once you get into deep desert, ask Ted for invite. I know that I will probably need to leave the group and then rejoin the group.
I guess just heading off. No worms. There's like probably 5 blues around them. I don't know if they did something because yesterday it was so hard to find any.
Weren't in the right sectors. You had the Spencer weirdo luck thing that happens when I'm out gathering things. They've got to look at the upstairs yet.
Oh yeah.
No.
I just popped up there to grab something out of the gear bag. I didn't look close.
Oh.
Shit, I left some piles over there.
All right, I'm headed out.
Do you have a large fuel cell on you?
I have 2.5 medium.
Okay, that'll be fine. Yeah.
Right, backpack full.
And plasteel is crafting.
Oh, I'm full.
Grabbing my
Okay,
stuff.
we're good. Let's get out of here. Good timing, good timing. Later or loser.
I mean, I'm not going to switch out my gear a lot.
Where am I exactly?
But bringing what tools I'm bringing.
H, bottom left corner of H9. Oh, we are like near the top of the map. No wonder there's so many, I guess.
I guess.
I'm fortunate enough
Okay,
that
20 kilometers of
most
floating
the
to
only
do
ones
now.
I have- I mean, you're not going to lose fans. You're not going to lose any fans in your stuff.
Do the water fan things work well? They're pretty inefficient.
You
The nice
might
thing is
want
they're
to
kind of
lose
just passive. but they're not very efficient. But if it's like, hey, I'm not going to visit my base for fucking ever again.
Sure.
Also, if I get eaten by a worm again, I will never hear the end of it.
So the bottom left corner of H9, like that cross between those 4 sectors, H9 bottom left slash
Sure.
H8, like that cross, there's like 700 blooms here.
Okay, I'll head over there.
I'm already full. I'm heading back.
Nice.
You can crash into other people. Oh, you weren't here yesterday. There was a guy that was following me in an ornithopter when I was trying to harvest spice, and he was floating in midair, like turning around to look at me, and I landed on top of him. we were like 2 flies fucking for a bit. I mean, buggies are hyper efficient for farming ore, so if that's your plan, then yeah, hey. No, hey, does this deep desert feel as empty as it looks? I mean, it's empty. It's just large stretches of sand. I think, like, once you get to the top of it, like in the 8-9 section where I just was, it's actually not bad. Oh, sorry, in the HI section where we were, it's not bad. Like, there was a lot of spice there. I mean, the whole point is, like, the sand is important to harvest spice. But, like, the earlier areas, yeah, they're pretty empty. I wish there was a little more landmass around. For the first, like, I would say, like, well, row 1 and 2 is fine because it's the PvE cliffs, but rows like 3 to 5 are definitely pretty empty. I could have put a little more island in there for stuff, but yeah. I think the landscape is going to drastically change when more players are here, right? But, like, you know, there's a couple of ornithopters floating around. We're doing our stuff, but it's big enough now that it's just like, oh, those guys muscled me off the bloom. There's 7 more blooms nearby. I'm just going to go harvest those. And then, you know, float back for 10 minutes like this. I'm also in, like, the slowest ornithopter, but still. Yeah. Don't be a little bitch, eh? Is there something other than sand? Yeah, it'd be really cool if this planet had, like, a snow biome. No, I understand from a lore perspective, it's fine. What I'm saying is there should
be DLC for a snow biome.
I'm not saying that there should be.
They talked about how there's water at the ice caps.
True, yeah. Because we're only in the northern hemisphere in this game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying how. I think it's all I'm saying is I wish there was more non-sand area, like actual. Jeez, another one just went off. Pretty close this time, actually. Like, I'm talking, like, more rock formations like this, where there's, like, ore and whatever else.
Oh,
like
I just saw one pretty close.
A couple of caves or something. Would be nice to see. IMO.
Over and check it out. May not be good because it's close, but it is very convenient.
Because the reality is, you do just fly for stretches of nothingness right now. Even if it is spice you're looking for. I mean, where we were there, yeah, like, that was a crazy amount of spice. Like, behind us, there's like 7 fucking plumes. We're going to go back there. But to get there, what are we doing? We're just
to the north,
floating for 10 minutes. So it's kind of, you know, make that 7 or 8 minutes if we have level 5 or level 6 ornithopter. It's not like they're like 4 times faster or something, you know what I mean? But again, like, the gameplay and the landscape will change, right? Because the idea is you go in there with a guild, like, you know, you put down like a sand crawler, you harvest like fucking thousands of sand at once. You build like crazy shit, right? That's kind of the super end game guild oriented goal, and then you like feed into politics and stuff with it. So we're just kind of doing the solo light harvesting, scout harvesting at the beginning.
There was a guy who was flying beside me for a while, close enough that the voice thing worked. Going, meow, meow.
Yeah, no buildings and ships makes sense.
I think I've lost it.
I mean, there's a couple ship crashes on the PvE cliffs, right? Like, before you actually enter the deep desert. Boy, Rafe. Yeah, where's the lush jungle and wetlands and grasslands on Arrakis? So I still think the first thing we want to do is probably our medium spice refinery. Like medium spice refinery, advanced survivability fabricator, survival fabricator, and then our cutter, and then our gatherer, probably something like that. Frankel.
Yeah, that is the larger spots.
Maybe there's a limit to how close the market is.
Well, I think like everything near entry right now is old materials, so my assumption is this is the you sort of have to go deeper to find that stuff.
Yeah.
For which stuff?
The bigger plumes and everything, like even
Oh,
ore,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I was told that, like, basically the higher up the map you go, the more frequent you're going to find big plumes and stuff like that. The whole risk versus reward shit. Well, I'm not really sure what risk there is, just kind of float for that. Risk is, I guess, fuel and durability.
Well, when there's more people up here, there'll start being bases that you have to try and avoid, right? There'll be a lot of stuff.
Oh, with rocket launchers in.
Yeah. The deeper you go, the more likely you'll be to find, like, you know, essentially you'll be like, hey, I'm up here to gather spice, and you'll watch, like, 8 ornithopters take off from a base and fly over towards you, right? Like,
Should probably make a gigabase out there somewhere. Messiah never came to make Arrakis into a paradise. Well, why not? It's supposed to be alternate universe Arrakis, right?
like, I very much do expect there to be guilds that just literally live out here for the week.
Oh yeah, probably. Well, no, because this is an early access server. Spider. Now, to your point, maybe not everyone started no-lifing on day one, but nonetheless, it is an early access server. I mean, it's 6 days. I mean, yeah, it was the 5th. Yeah, it was day 7 today. You get your Orny in like 3 days. My 100 hours played, now I'm like 70-ish. Please, dude, I'm not a fucking no-life loser again. Yeah. Ah! Jesus. Excuse me. Let's see. Why, thank you, young lady. So we're gonna do the Hephaestus stuff today too. I liking the game. Oh, we should make our like thoughts video
There's a big
at some
spot
point.
here where I am, Spencer. Another blow.
Do I have a? Let's see here.
No, run your way.
This might be the one Ted was in. It's just across the border into H8.
No, I'll make one at some point. I'm honestly just kind of lazy to do it. But, oops. How do I like the game? It's good. I mean, I'm obviously like really hooked on it. I've been playing a lot of it since launch. I got really into it. The game definitely has a lot of issues, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. I just particularly like the gameplay loop, but I don't think it's for everyone. I think some people are going to burn out once they get. I mean, like you really have to like the survival crafter genre, and obviously liking Dune helps on top of it with the monotony, the visual monotony. But like it is a grind. Rest assured, there is a grind involved. How many hours is my Steam show? Like 70. It was like 69.7 on the service stream today. I saw Nate's post. He retired. Yeah. Why did you quote? Oh, you think it's because they're replacing him with Robin. I assume. I skimmed through it, but wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Ahoy, Rolanda. You did sound a little like taken aback by his choice to retire all of a sudden and stuff like that. Oh, hell yeah, Franklin, dude. Fingers crossed, indeed. She'll do great. She will do great, yo. Let's cook this. Max 42. Bye-bye, a bunch of water. I think we're just going back. Like, okay, so our first goal is to make this.
There's the plume Ted was working on. I can see it.
I went to 2 different plumes because when those ornithopters came in, I moved over to a different one.
Right.
So, yeah. But either way, there's
there's one off on its own
there.
that's like, there's just a bottom corner that's been harvested.
Silicone's fine. Spice Melange we're working on.
Right,
Complex machinery, we're going to have to go around the deep desert and harvest stuff. Like ship crashes and stuff. Cobalt paste we can make. Plastanium ingot again, we're going to need to harvest. Okay. Either way, let's get the spice going. That's what takes the longest and is most expensive. Oh, good. We don't have any urethra crystals.
Can't wait to go find more of those. / shadow pass over us. There's also a worm.
Yes.
But does it squirm?
Alright, so the ornithopter is circling around to watch the worm. It's to our northeast.
Didn't get eaten, unfortunately, yet.
No.
Did you say you're getting eaten, unfortunately?
I said he didn't get eaten, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yes, it is unfortunate Mr. Rob didn't get eaten.
Another glow over there to the southeast of us.
It's the one I saw
Sector
earlier.
weather
So I
alert.
think Ted
A large
the bottom
sandstorm
corner.
is approaching.
Which side? Oh, fuck. That will be fine. That's the worst that could happen. Yeah, push out of tanking with them recruiting Andy and Robin. Oh, it's Andy tanking now, too. How do you know that for sure? Or is it just speculation that he got pushed out? I mean, don't get me wrong, it makes sense, but... we're gonna make this...
Worm.
Oh, I don't think
Sector
we're...
weather
Nope,
alert.
never mind.
A
Sorry.
large
No,
sandstorm
we're
is
good.
approaching.
I thought there was. It's fucking...
Hey,
there it
random
is.
guy's base. I'm coming in.
Like, I know it's coming.
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm just visiting. We're having a good time here? Yeah, we're good. It's scary out there, you know? The sandstorm coming in. High TTK? PvP or PvE? PvE, yes. If you go to like the higher, like the end game areas under geared, it's definitely pretty spongy. Otherwise, I don't feel that's the case.
Circle.
I haven't tried vehicle combat yet either. Over PvP, yeah, it does. No, I don't know. There were some guys yesterday in PvP we killed very quickly.
Yeah.
The biggest issue was being being able to respawn and keep like rushing the point.
Are those
was
rocket
the
pods
issue
on
we
their
had.
wings?
Some stuff in
That's all.
PvP.
I'm aiming at you, though. You're
I
not
guess it
moving.
depends on your build. Yeah, there are. It is really easy to just kind of get away from PvP one-on-one if you feel like it, because Stam is really tough to deal with. I don't disagree
No,
with
I
that.
think they're...
I think it's just
That worm just leapt out of the fucking sand, dude. Crazy.
the PvP is.
Look at it. It's like pull tails out. Yeah. All right.
It's got issues.
If it starts landing, you let me know. You just stay up for a
I
second.
think I have to repair my wings again real quick.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, no, absolutely, Sean. Yeah, of course. It's definitely not like a very well curated PvP
I'm
experience.
not aiming at it.
there's a lot of unfairness to it.
Starts
Like
dropping
that
down
is
towards me.
absolutely for sure.
Give me a shout.
I have a feeling the sandstorm actually just hammered my thingy. But it's fine. Just repair again. Oh yeah, definitely got hammered. That's okay. You repair. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I can't say I've had extremely fun PvP encounters in this game yet for the few that I've had.
Taste my
There's been some fun stuff about it and some pretty damn frustrating stuff about it too.
Floating in gifted 2 tier 1 subs.
He's just far enough away that his wings aren't visibly moving.
Alright. Floating ging. Thank you very much for getting the 2 subs, man. Enjoy the suit. Thank you for doing that here, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah, there's the worm. Look at that thing. That made no fucking vibration for me. That's scary.
I have wing replacements already.
Oh
It
shit!
fucking leaps out
At
of the
what
sand,
point?
dude. That's what I was watching it do
mean,
earlier.
Yeah.
Whenever you
Watch,
feel
watch
like,
it, the tail's
right?
coming.
It just copper wire is extremely cheap to make,
Get whipped
and
out of the air
repairing
by that
torches
thing.
is not very
Yeah.
expensive either. So I don't know.
There it goes again.
Still worried about being shot.
The PvP looks dog. Yeah, the PvP is like, it's okay.
He's gonna do it. He would have done it.
It's.
Alright, you keep an eye
I
out.
think the best thing I can say for the PvP, the best like summary I can give is if you're looking for like a nice balanced curated PvP experience, you're not gonna get it.
Suppose he's waiting for
You're
his
gonna
teammate
get
to
6v1.
your third
You're gonna have jank with lag.
Could be waiting for
You're
Gilbert
gonna
to
have
get
you're
here,
gonna
yeah.
beat enemies that can
Like, the thing is, it
in
could
some
literally be
areas
one
like
person
dungeons
who's,
just spawn immediately and come back
flying
and kill
an
you.
assault so that they have more storage space, right?
There's
We
a
just don't
lot
know.
of frustration. There's
Could be,
some
yeah.
some abilities
thing
are
is, there's
completely
lots of
broken
space
for
around here, so
PvP
why is he wasting his time
and like
over
not so good in
over?
PvE, and vice
I don't know. Are
versa.
you watching for
You know, there's no
Yeah.
gear tuning. If somebody just has better
I'm hearing a
T6 gear and you're running around T4 for the first time, you're probably
There's
gonna
one
get
who just
smoked
blew
unless
in the
you're just
distance.
better than them. There's a lot of lag and jank, particularly in melee. But you know, when it does work, it is satisfying popping someone and stealing their shit.
You're good to come down.
If you need a new chassis, you can still attach all the old parts to a new chassis, though.
You're in that fucking worm.
How much early testing there was, right?
Well,
But it's also
it's
Funcom.
loading
I
time.
don't think anybody should have expected anything else, which I know is bad to say, but that's the kind of reality. It's kind of the reality, man. This is what you're gonna get, kind of always. What kind of talk as you get, guys, strange.
I think that worm just ate something.
Yeah, I also think that's important
Heck
to
of a
say.
bloom over there. I'm gonna take off for a second.
It
look.
eats crash ships. I think that's also important to say.
So far, so good. Nothing up here. Still hearing it. Is it still surfacing?
Surfacing.
Yeah, it just
Opening.
keeps surfacing after surfacing over there.
Well, that's fine. He can just. stay over there.
This game
Did it
is
vibrate
not
over here or no?
the primary
Not really.
focus and system of this
Did
game.
you, I'm
Doesn't
just
feel
asking
like
if you
it's
took off for a
combat.
reason. Oh, you're just moving.
I was just
They're
moving.
kind of just like, here's
Okay.
combat because like it is an important element of the game, but it's like not.
Before I
you know.
land, is there a worm coming?
So you marketed it as an MMO? No, they pulled back on the MMO. If you watch recent developer things, they're like, yeah, we've pulled back on the MMO because we don't actually consider it an MMO thing. I think it was initially, and then people like yourself kind of stuck with that idea. I did too, but they're like correcting themselves now. I'll see you guys on the compass again. I'm gonna drop and get reinvited.
Yep, that works. I will invite you as soon as I'm back in the air.
Where are you guys exactly?
At the same H8 area.
H8 area? Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet spiders.
There you go.
Is it possible to get aluminum without climbing? Oh, yeah, yeah. There's aluminum around the bottom, too. Also, if you're talking about the east shield wall area, there's ways to get in without needing to scale the mass wall, right? Like, I can't open the map now. I'm not in Haga, but
The invite's waiting for you.
yeah. After sales? No, I think they said it before,
Yeah.
too. The no MMO thing. But either way, I mean, it's semantics. It doesn't matter, right? Them calling it an MMO or not calling it an MMO, I guess, can, like, affect people's perception
He's
of
just
it.
focused on something.
But I don't think, like,
Yeah.
really that much. Is it an MMO? I mean, yeah, like, literally in the sense that this map that I'm in right now has up to 300 players,
Yeah,
right?
one
That's
just
a lot
flew
of
in the
players in one
distance.
area.
Oh, 2 of them in the distance.
But it's not an MMO in the sense of,
fight.
like, I don't know, like World of Warcraft, where you see, like, players all the time in hubs and that kind of shit. Another plume went off. Jesus Christ. Another plume just went off, maybe.
I'm almost full, so
Bottom line is, regardless what it is advertised
Oh,
as
shit.
or your
What?
perception,
What?
I've played a decent amount at this point, and I
why don't you
can
use your spacebar?
more than
What are
happy
you
to
doing?
answer my opinion on it, honestly. I think the game, personally, like I said, is a 7 out of
You
10.
just crashed
It's got a
into the
lot of
ground. What are you
issues.
doing?
It's got a lot
Got
of
ejected
jank.
from my...
Oh my
But
God.
that being
Press
said,
E
it
and
has a
got out of
pretty
your ship.
addictive
I
gameplay
did
loop
not-
for me.
I didn't even have my hands on the
Harvesting and
keyboard.
stuff like that. With harvesting and stuff like that. And just the usual... Why is the worm thing coming up now? I'm scared my I got wormed in midair. Interesting. I don't think they can jump. That, you know, like, I'm addicted to the gameplay loop. It's fun. I'm looking forward to, like, oh, just one more, you know, round of ore farming. Just one more this, just one more that kind of thing. And if you're not into that kind of gameplay loop and, like, heavy farming and having frustrating PvP moments and sometimes fun and PvP moments and whatever, then that's probably not the game for you. Like, you really have to like Survival Crafter with a grind to play this game, 100%. If that's not your jam, then you're just not gonna like this game. You know, it's just that easy. Wait, like game crashes, or like server DC, Spider?
Okay, I'm full up. Get back on ship.
See nothing up here. Down.
Yeah, I saw that too. The code clip with for the mind's eye stuff. Floaties are shit right now. No, that's not good, Spider. Where did it happen? I stand by whenever I'm doing.
You've had one for like 6 minutes. You just had to turn down.
Oh, I did not pop up. And that press enter thing. Didn't do shit.
Okay.
Well, why I just
I
see
can
you guys.
see you.
Yeah, I cannot see you guys on the.
Right.
You're in
There's-
H8.
Yeah, you can leave and I'll re-invite again. You just try it again.
Sure.